I no go let anybody dim my shine. Oh, I'm feeling good, but they want to run me down. I go to your baby, oh, sometimes love might drown you. Sometimes love, without nowhere to run to, without nowhere to run to. Hearts breaking wrong, wow. I just wanna be away, but you need you.
Welcome you back to the Citizens Forum, the second and final lap of the program, and we're still discussing food security, backyard farming in Ogun State, and we have the honor of our guest in the house, USTAZ JUBRIL LAWAL. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Mediator and Conciliator, and has been doing justice to our topic of discourse. And of course, we're still expecting Honorable
yes, we expect that civil servants should not do any other job, which we call moonlighting, except agriculture. Is in the civil service world. When I was covering the governor's office, I come to realize this, and to what extent are civil servants even taking advantage of this? And as a layman, if we are to go into, if we want to go into backyard farming, what are the basic things that we should learn being a member of Agbekoya?
Oh, thank you so much. First and foremost, the issue of civil servant being involved in agric, civil servant should go into agriculture at that substance level. I know Benue, like I said before we went on the break, Benue gives civil servant a day or so in the week, and some other state too. Nasarawa, I think, Kogi,
to go to their farms.
Yes, Kogi, before the era of fuel subsidy, that they now had the timetable of 3/2. Come 3 days and stay with 2 days. So that was it. Now in Ogun State, I don't think it's different. I know recently the government distributed seedlings to civil servants, vegetable, ugu, that is pumpkin, tomatoes and things like that, and even maize for them to go and plant, backyard farming. So it's supported, and that's why I'm saying that I wish the commissioner is here to enlighten us. There are issues I have too that he will have been able to help me to resolve when it comes to some of the issues of this backyard farming. Your question: what are the challenges? Challenges that we have is, which happened to me too, because backyard farming and the open farm activity are not one and the same. When you are working on large scale farm, open farm, the things that you will do there are not the same you do in your backyard farming. So for instance, some people, when they want to do backyard farming and don't have space, they tend to use bags. That is encouraged now. Quite a number of people
bags,
yes, okay. Bags, cement bag, rice, rice. To them is really important when you are doing the planting. And when you go to the market, you want to go and buy the seedlings. It's not just some of this is free. When you go to the AGP offices, agricultural development program of there, then you need to know how to use herbicides to control weeds. You know some of these things. So the major challenge that people have is when you don't have land, maybe their compound is paved. They want to use bag, and they don't know the kind of bag to use. That is a major challenge that people are facing. And like I just said, they should look for a bag that has pores, that breeze, wind can pass in and out. And when you pour water into a wetness, the water has a place to go. It's not sedimenting and then, it's stagnating. Breeze, wind can pass in and out. And when you pour water into a wetness, the water has a place to go. It's not sedimenting and then, it's stagnating at the bottom of the bag, because eventually the things that
But what about animal husbandry? One of the challenges is you leave it and it affects, go to other people's home, mess up the place.
The smell.
Among others, I think we are talking more about plant now. What are the challenges? Like your goats, among other things. How do you go about that?
It depends on the species of the animals that you want to rear. Goat. I know of a person, because he has a goat, said he cannot go into backyard farming. His own house is not even paved, but he said he cannot go because of the goats are eating the things he planted. So I advise him that why not create a cage for the animals. Do it in a way. It does not need to be something very expensive. It could be bamboo tree that is sliced. You now use it, and plant it. When they dig what you have planted, you make a fence around it, to prevent them from going to eat from the things that you have planted. But they can roam freely within your compound. On the issue of won't go into them, what I think the person that is in such a thing to, like I said earlier on, when Shade raised a problem of landlord or landlady, is that you need to be clean too. You need to pay attention to them. What normally causes problem is that people complain that the owners of those animals don't normally pay attention to them. Just leave them, and they don't bother how they do or what they do when they mess people's compound. So if you want to do such a thing, you need to pay attention to it, because eventually it's your property. You are the one that will benefit from it. They should not be constituting nuisance onto the neighbor. But when it does happen and you show concern, people will understand. They might just call you, your goat has come here, and just go there and maybe take your rake, take your broom and your packer, and pack some of those things.
There are even controversy where some are poisoned. There are fights among others.
I don't think that is the best way to it. But in this part of the world, Yoruba believe that the person that poisons your animal, if he sees you, will poison you. That's Yoruba belief. And I don't think whatever the problem the animal might be causing, that will make you to be that, yes, not worth it for you to want to say you want to poison the animal because the animal is disturbing you, is coming to cause nuisance in your house. Those are the kind of things. But there are things that are controllable. There are things that can be managed.
Okay. So, USTAZ, thank you so much. Before we went on the break for the national news, you made a statement. You said, "Kusagbe moloko." Now, there are some sources who have said that because of the punishment in Badagry, that once you come late, you go to the farm as punishment. And because of this method of punishment to secondary school children, most of them already see farming as a punishment. They don't see it as something, according to sources, they don't see it as something they should engage in. It's the punishment thing. That's what they were using to punish us while we were in school. Now, the youths are now running away from it. Now they want to do only white-collar jobs. They want to sit prim and proper in the office and do all of that. What do you think the government can do to...
We had plenty land. I finished from CMS Boys Grammar School in Bariga, and the land was big, plenty. Later, Jahonde came and started allocating to other schools. From that CMS Grammar School land, the land was there. They don't ask you to go to the farm. Even our principal, late IA
corporal punishment.
Yes, his compound. There was a time he came and said we're making noise, and they took us to his house, still in the school, big compound, and they were there for 3 days in the week, and we resume in the morning, close there. In the morning, your class, we're cutting classes. So in our own case, but the question is, how do we, now, and that's why we are calling for mechanical. Or when I say it's not that people is clearing now, to clear an acre of land is about 25,000. Clearing alone. I'm not talking of cultivating, planting, irrigations. Yes, I'm not. That's not involved though. But for them to help you to clear and gather and set fire to it, it's 25,000 per acre. So it's and trees into a land you want to use to cultivate, because by the time they are putting the trees, they are unsettling the place. So that's why most of the time we go to that. Who are those that will do that? These are the immigrants, the goons, and the other people that are coming from other countries that we use, and they hold those by the jugular. You are going to buy them boxer.
Some will say you have to buy them bike at the end of the year.
That's a boxer now. That's a boxer.
No, that's the brand. It's a brand of.
They will not mention by say boxer in those days, and I don't know now it's running to millions. You will feed them. You will buy pots. You have vegetable farm that they will planting. They will use to be feeding themselves. They pay them certain amount of money, 300 naira or so, on every market day of that area. So that talk of clearing, tractor, it's because it's very huge. The cost involved is very huge, and labor is not really there. And now we're still like 70-80% labor intensive farmers in Nigeria. But unfortunately, it's not as if they are not there. Like Dr. Falani just told us, when you go to governmentspend.com or whatever and encourage farmers, somebody suggested the issue of encouraging youth corpers, to go into agriculture. There is a lot of money there. Then when they finish, how do you offtake? Okay, whatever you have planted, what happens to them? In Nigeria, our cultivation and preservation system has problem. When you plant your maize, that's why most people, when they plant, the maize is bought and sold off because they don't have any means of preservation. I've asked a question. Have you seen silos in this part of the world? And they say these silos belong to Ogun State government. Me, I have not seen any. Maybe you have seen. So what are the storage facilities that the government have provided, which people can, even if you want to rent a space? Okay, this is Kinecon. If you bring your product for storage, this is how much you're going to pay as rental for this space also. We're not seeing that. That
in
is
the case
problem.
of emergencies.
Yes, what do you fall on? We're not seeing that. So that is why people are running away from agri. If you are not careful, when you go into agri with huge money, you come out with nothing if you are not careful.
Let's listen to. Let's get a call from our listener. But I don't know whether they still sing this in primary and secondary school.
Okay.
Láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá.
They sing, and I know some schools are now going to agriculture.
Okay.
My daughter now attends a public school. She told me that they have a school farm now, and they go there to do agriculture. That's in Abeokuta here. Villages should encourage people to do that, and when they do it and they plant, to quickly answer your question, the harvest, they should let them equally
partake of it.
Not only for the teachers and
so it won't seem like it is punishment.
In those days, they will give you some maize, cassava for you to go and make gari, and that's your own money. They should equally let them do that. See money from their effort.
Okay. So right. So right now we'll open the studio lines for you to call in to join in the discourse, 08107860000, and you can as well drop your comments on our WhatsApp page, 0903-927-3532. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Engineer Polabi.
Okay, welcome.
I greet all the panelists. Mr. USTAZ has said a lot of encouraging words about farming. Yes, farming is a lucrative business, but to do it, it needs an endurance ability. You see, for example, in my place here at Songo, I've been trying to farm. Unfortunately, the animals around are not allowing me because I have not erect my fence in my backyard. So it's a big problem when it comes to house owners farming. Having said this, yes, if the government can come in, it will be very, very helpful. Mr. USTAZ mentioned about using 25,000 to clear 1 acre. It's even cheap to use 25,000 to clear 1 acre. In my backyard here, I have 2 plots. If I want to clear it, I spend nothing less than 20,000 naira every year because I clear it yearly because of weather. If you clear it now, before 1 or 2 months in the rainy season, it will have gone up again. It's even cheaper, 25,000. And if you can use that to plant, they will help you to plant as well, I know. I've said this. I think farming is lucrative, but not that people are running away. We have some specialists that are farmers. It's not only in Nigeria here, even in the abroad, they have farmers. It's only that the governments are helping them. When they cultivate the plants, harvest, the government will even purchase most of what they plant in bulk and give them money.
Okay.
And the story that he mentioned of, yes, if you have such facility in Nigeria, let the government buy up all the grains, or I mean all the maize, put it in their silo, buy them from them. So the government should use it as a stored facility and have a bulk state also after buying it from the farmers. So to encourage farmers because of wastage.
Okay,
so,
please round up your submission. Thank you for that. 08107860000. And you can also drop your submission on the WhatsApp line 0903-927-3532. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Solushola Johnson, calling from Rwanda.
Welcome.
Yes, I salute USTAZ. USTAZ, you have spoken very well. You see, a lot of us don't know how to go into backyard gardens. Even the whole of the house have been concrete. They have slabbed it, and you cannot find a place to farm. In my house, I have backyard garden because I was a propaganda and always fighting for people to do backyard garden even before we got to this stage. When Dele and Joseph were there, you can testify to it. I always call and say people should go into backyard garden. It helps a lot. Oftentimes, the vegetables me and my household eat is from our backyard. We don't buy it from the market. That's the truth. Why I stopped rearing goat is wahala goat is for you. But now I have 2 or 3. I tie them down. I don't make them go out. When I was living in the north, I have about 35 goats. I make a house for them. I do a lot of planting. I plant cucumber and other things. Let's encourage people to do this. And government should also not keep quiet. The school farms should come back, and government should let the students know that going to school farm is not a punishment. The principals and the teachers also should not use it as a punishment. They should set a day aside, just as the way high school, every Friday is a farming day. We all go to farm, and registers will be marked at the farm. If you don't come, that's the time you are putting yourself into trouble. So we go to farm. We did not see farming as a problem. Let the students and let the principals and the teachers all start this. Let the state government give them the go-ahead. Allocate them land. let them go there and farm. Whatever they get there, the proceed is often sold, and then at times the students are even entertained with bottles of minerals for getting something out of the farm. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much for calling. 08107860000. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Kyle Jolumide from Abeokuta.
Okay.
I greet USTAZ. Good morning to you. And Sade, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My take this morning, backyard farming. You see, I criticize a lot, and criticism is usually the manifestation, not of jealousy, coming from the angle of our leadership today. Let me tell you, it's a defeat that a government should be telling me that I must continue to go back to my backyard to go and farm. How much of this I'm asking the SARS now? Because I don't know where we are getting to, that the court takes the people away from their ineffectiveness and indecision making in agriculture. When people are crying loud that, look, the farmers are being killed. Just anybody we call herdsmen, we just go to their farmland, kill them, then just like that, and nothing is being done to probably go after those people that are killing. When they get to the police will release them and do. You see, these are the things we have been talking about. And government will tell you they have no business in business. But where do they get their own money? If they don't have any business in, I mean, they are saying they have much. Where do we get those money to pay tax? I mean, I just don't know where we have gotten to this level. That the citizens, government will always come around to be telling us, pay your tax, pay this, without determining the direction, real direction for agri that will manifest in terms of giving opportunity for population to be able to probably expand in these villages. Villagers just, as at now, they don't even farm any longer because they are fearful of their life. What are we talking about? Why is that? What is the conflict area here? I want to know from USTAZ.
Okay.
Let's think right now.
Okay, thank you very much. USTAZ will answer that very soon. 08107860000. Let's quickly go to our WhatsApp page to pick up some messages. This is from Comrade Bayo Adeleye from Olumore. It says the idea of backyard farming is not the solution to food insecurity. It even negates the principle of specialization. Will a doctor or nurse have the time for backyard farming? It can only complement production. And it says, let me start by saying that both the federal and state government are not doing enough on agriculture. Let the government at all levels stop open grazing and insecurity on the farms. Let the Ogun State provide needed tractors for mechanization. Let the state government rehabilitate farm settlement roads. If the commissioner cares to know, most government agricultural land has been taken over by land speculators. Examples are Kotoko, Ilewo Farm Settlement, Ilewo's Farm Settlement, etc. Let us ask the commissioner what happened to the 5 cattle ranch sites in Ogun State. In addition, there is in existence an agricultural policy document which was published in March 1989. The document specifies the roles of Ogun State, the local government, and the organized private sector. Let the commissioner get a copy of this document for reference. The solution is simple. In addition to provision of security, good rural roads, and farm mechanization services, the government should declare a state of emergency on some selected crops where the state has comparative advantage. These crops should include food crops like maize, rice, yam, and so on, and export crops such as cocoa, oil palms, and rubber. The government should therefore give necessary assistance to farmers for large-scale production of these crops. With more seriousness and commitment on the part of state and federal government, we shall all get to the promised land. Picking up more messages, says, good morning, Rock City FM. Can we really know the civil service that received the seedlings, or is it Dodo Alata? Okay. And says, I was expecting you to advise those rearing animals to make cage for their animals instead of going to eat from the backyard farm. You advised me to go for farming, yet someone's goat will come and eat my ewedu, efo, banana, and still claim I should be the one to make fence. Okay, and that is okay. Okay, you didn't tell us your name. You didn't even drop your name. And Akorede Camille says farming should not be seen as a punishment, rather a way of earning a living. I used to farm but ceased due to other commitment. I am planning to go back. A question for USTAZ. Do we need more government policies to make Nigerian farms, or Nigerians are just being lazy farm-wise, at least for subsistence farming? And it says, another one, this is from Tunde Omalaolu, Evangelist Tunde Omalaolu from Abeokuta. It says, kudos to the guest in the house. Don't you think religious houses, clubs, and associations should embark on mechanized farming and encourage their members on the farm, and excess harvest can be sold to the public? Okay, the last message here says, good morning, USTAZ. How can a tenant make a backyard farming in a rented apartment? With that, are into farming can't even afford the mechanized way due to hike in price of tractor, even manpower. Laborers are claiming 30,000 naira on clearing of an acre of land, tilling and planting of goods. So please, sir, all we need is the government assistance in the farming sector. And that is Ogundeji Muyiwa from Tobolo. Over to you, USTAZ.
USTAZ.
Well, thank you so much. I listened to Kayode and several other callers,
Okay.
and people that sent him messages. Kayode, the truth of the matter is we need to start thinking differently. We can't keep on taking on government for not doing what we feel they need to do. They are needfuls. I'm not contesting that with you. But because they are not doing it, does not mean that we should be victim of their inefficiency. I'm not saying we should go to farm because government said we should go to farm. I'm saying that we should go to farm. Let's start backyard farming to take care of the challenges that we have in our homes. I think it is the way forward. You are going to inherit a new world that is emerging. If you want to stay back and keep on looking at how things were, the world that you are going to end up inheriting will not be there in the future. The other person that wrote a message asked,
maybe they should say that a day aside, reform school farming,
yes,
assistance to farmers, state of emergency selected crops.
Yes. Those are things that can really work. We need to determine that state of emergency, set aside days of the week for students, to work with. Those are things that we can do differently going forward, given the situation we find ourselves. And Yoruba said, "Tonjawati ku onu she, ishe ti buranpe, ti obati ebushe, ti buranpe." So let's start doing this. Government have a role to play. They need to formulate policies that will assist the people. Like I said, give them soft landing. Do a lot of orientation and awareness. Look, you can get so radio program, educate people. If you want to plant so and so at the back of your house, these are the areas. If your house is cemented, you can use bag. If your house is not, you do this. Let them bring up such program. Let it be sponsored by the Ministry of Agriculture to assist us. It is not saying that that is the only approach towards meeting or mitigating the hunger in the land now, but it's one of the strategies that we can use to meet up with other large-scale efforts of government. This is what I expect government to be doing, and I'm still shocked that our Honorable Commissioner is not here. I would have thought even if they can come, as in if he can come, maybe a permanent secretary, a director.
We are giving an element of doubt. Maybe there are circumstances beyond the control of the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture, because he gave his word when we called him. But let's give him an element of doubt. Let's have more callers.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Sade.
OWOTOMO UGUNGBAMILA.
Yeah, good morning.
And
welcome.
good morning to Dr. Daniel. Good morning to USTAZ LAWAL. May God Almighty allow us to bless you abundantly. Our time is fast spent. AFOLASADE, let me quickly go to what you said. Some landlords, they are agnostic. They do not allow you to plant a seed of corn in front of your house. I wait for that quickly. After the commissioner, because our time is fast spent, I had wanted to ask him so many questions. But USTAZ has behaved as if he's the commissioner of agriculture. May God Allah could bless you. And after the commissioner. I was there about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We have a permanent secretary in that office. We have a director. I know two of them very well. If it's not coming, what country is it not deemed fit to set for them to come and either of them to come and protect him? As far as I'm concerned, damn you, the family has helped me more than significantly. Time will not permit me to begin with all these things. In fact, I have a pamphlet in front of my house now. I have just started now. Why you people were making this thing? They have just started developing again now. I have counted about 40. And if they finish before the year runs out, I'm going to get nothing less than 25 liter of oil. We have, I have apple. I'm not trying to boost you. Ewedu, pepper, bitter leaf, Yanopa in back of my house. Look, the affected you are not supposed to stand here, but time and condition will make it to say. My son is my one of my grandsons is doing his birthday on 2nd of about 2 days ago, 2 days or 3 days ago now. Almost of what we have done is now, we are getting them at the back of my house. So, but that for me is just too good. And again, there's a man, they call him Tubalawa. Come and see Jamil. So that you will not be like this, I'm trying to insult your parents. I would ask you to come and see this. Come and see the cassava. That man is having at the back of my heart. Each time you do that cassava, the entire principle of that matter. Is it everything we say government, but chat family has said Kumboru. Significantly, God will continue to bless you with stars like what? You have again admitted to a high sense of moral rectitude. I have wanted to ask that my question, but it's not here now. I went to governor's office. I went to the office at actually here. There is no single tractor there. All the about 5 or 6 tractors are there. They are in rickety position. They are in awful shape. They are not working. Even when I got to governor's office, I was trying to behave as a go journalism. I always thought to tractors there. They are not functioning. What are we talking?
Okay.
Hello, am I still here?
Yes, sir. Please round off your submission, sir.
If actually they are giving this order, waterside can feed Ogun, they can feed Ogun, Oyo, and the Lagos. If they are making use of the land, go to London at what they are there. All these lands are live fallow.
Okay.
If you ask me here now, I agree to Ogun State. If they are doing nothing, it's just 0/10. Okay. That's just the gospel truth. If I ask you to, I cannot tell you the truth. Is it when I'm of grave, I will come and tell you the truth. The man is not doing anything.
Okay,
Good
thank
morning.
you so much, sir. Thank you for your submission, sir. 08, can we pick more calls because of our time? Our time is fast spent. Let's see if you can read some more messages on the WhatsApp page. It says, good morning, ma. Backyard farming is the best and lifesaver. God bless my mom. I was able to eat paki, cassava boiled one that tasted like yam. Not be everything be bye-bye. I have learned a lot from her. Doing small-scale farming does not mean one is poor. Tomatoes, pepper, different kind of vegetables, and maize. Cassava for fufu and amala. And okay, you didn't send in your name. And the next message, this is from Kayode Ulumide. It says, yeah, backyard farming, goat farmers are better of the whole. Otherwise, the Ministry of Environment will not sit back in their offices, allowing such farmers to mess the environment out of their compounds to disturb others. USTAZ, what's your take? And lastly, it says, Lanre Ola Conley from Ilari says, good morning to you, sir, USTAZ and others. Government at all levels should encourage farming owing to the unfavorable weather and climate, which has led to incurring of substantial losses by farmers. Issues of preservation of farm produce after harvest should also be addressed by the government. Backyard farming to those with unused land is a welcome development in addressing food insufficiency. Criminal herdsmen that used to graze on people's farms should be sentenced to life imprisonment or be killed. So, USTAZ, on a final note, please address their questions.
Apesiola, that is Kaode. I appreciate you. The truth of the matter is, we can't keep on looking at the negativities. I'm honest. Let's look at the positive side of issues, all our challenges, so that we can survive. Insecurity, yes, is in Nigeria. But when anybody in the Southwest talks about insecurity, I'm an honest. I'm very honest. I see such a person has not been serious. No, I'm honest. Insecurity in the Southwest, for farming problem, the person is not honest. And I need to equally...
Are you doing comparisons, USTAZ? Or you are